So into the charts we go, and look at this, guys. We have a breakdown on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now below that key level. Remember, after the topping tail, I gave you guys a slight negative bias on the chart. It followed with 1, 2, 3, 4 down days in a row, then a small bounce, then a down day yesterday, and look at the drop today, taking out this key level that I've said is a major point of interest for us. So again, folks, depending on where we close, and again, Bitcoin doesn't close for another 3 hours or so, but the bottom line is, at this point in time, it looks like we do have a defined top on Bitcoin. And again, it doesn't mean we're going to go straight down. Markets don't work like that. You could get a small bounce. We'll have to see. But ultimately, to me at this point, this is a negative chart, a negative crypto industry. The bounce is likely over at this point for most of the altcoins as well as Bitcoin. And we're going to now start making our way back down. Now, will you have bounces along the way? Absolutely. This is going to be major support right here, 21,300. We've covered these in past videos. In addition, right down here, right, this is going to be big support right at 18,440. And then obviously the upsloping trend line. And eventually, of course, we're going to have this double bottom right down here around 15,500. But again, you know, this is something I've been telling everyone to be aware of. This is just a bear market rally. Granted, until we make new all-time lows, nothing's in stone, right? I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that front. But again, at this stage, to me, when I see this market action, this was so reminiscent of a bear market move. And again, I can't deny it, right? It is what it is. I've seen these before in other cycles going back 20 plus years at this point, and it was very significantly similar. And so again, it's you know, this is where, and listen, I understand there's a lot of new investors out there. There's a lot of investors that just came in the markets in the not too distant, you know, past, meaning 2017, 2018, 2019. But when you trade for 20 plus years, you do see a lot of price action like this. And again, if you zoomed out on the chart, and I kept on stressing this, if you look at this bounce, it's really honestly not much bigger than the bounce from this low to this high. All right, it really isn't. If you look at that distance to that distance, it's actually almost identical. And so we have to be aware of that. You have to, and listen, I think part of it, right, is that psychologically people want to relive 2021. We all do. I mean, that was, I mean, you literally closed your eyes, threw money at anything, and you made 2x, 3x, 5x. But the bottom line is interest rates are at 5% now on the Fed funds. You have a 30-year that's close to 7%. That sucks money out of the system. Why does it suck money out of the system? Well, basically, simply put, when you have mortgages that are now paying 6 or 7%, think about that disposable income they could have invested in Bitcoin or in Ethereum or in the stock market. That's no longer able to be invested. That's how it works. That's why higher interest rates suck money out of the system, because, again, higher interest rates make people pay more of their disposable income away from using it for what they want, such as investing. All right, so again, that's really important to understand. And again, for me, we'll see. Let's just take it one step at a time. First step is going to be 21,300. Let's see if we get there. We should get some sort of bounce off of that level. If we take that out, then you have to start looking at 18,400. Okay, let's go to Ethereum. We know we're short Ethereum, and again, now we are in the money. Look at where Ethereum is, right at technical support. The big question I have is, does Ethereum break down here? That's going to be the next big kick, right? Do we get through that level on Ethereum? And again, that's going to be something significant for us as traders here to monitor. All right, can we get through that level? If we do, you'll have a little stopping point at 1,500, and then after that, there's not a whole lot of support until about this 1,320 level. 1,320 would be your next level. All right, guys, so again, keep that on your radar. That, again, is a level to watch. And again, I will be focusing in on it and keeping tabs on it as well. All right, so again, in the money on that one. Let's take a look at Solana. Look at the beautiful breakdown on Solana right through this level. First target now is going to be this $20.20 level, essentially the even number of 20. If we get through that, now you're talking 1760 or so, which is this area right here. I do think it's going back to 1760. I really do. Again, that should be your technical level where we start to see some support kind of show up. Okay. By the way, equity markets are under pressure. I want to show you guys the S&P 500. Look at this nasty red day right here. S&P's only down 1%, but we gapped up 1% today. So in terms of a reversal, that is a big time reversal off of the lows, or off of the highs, excuse me. Let's go to Avalanche real quick. Avalanche, look at this, guys. It's actually nearing our target. Not that far away from the 1780, 1775 marker here. And again, that should be a major, I repeat, major technical level on the charts to monitor. Okay, so again, let's watch that one very closely as well. We will continue to monitor it. Again, there may be points in the next few days where we start taking some profits on some of these short alerts. And even if you couldn't short, I hope you guys heeded the warnings, right? I gave so many warnings. Again, maybe the market on Bitcoin had upside to 25,000. We got to 24,000 and change. All right, there wasn't a whole lot of upside there that was available. Now we're seeing the dump out. Now we're seeing the declines coming in. And again, this is probably the beginning of a bigger risk asset sell-off, inclusive of Bitcoin. And so I want us to kind of be aware of that. I think it's super important in that front. All right. Let me see what else we have on the radar here as we continue to scroll through. I do want us to kind of get involved in the charts of, let's see, let's take a look at Polkadot. Polkadot, nice little sell-off here. That's fine. Let it come down a little bit. You're going to have some support right here at $6.20. Then you're going to have more support at $5.65. So those will be your key levels on that. All right. Looking at some of these other opportunities out there. Remember Matic? I wish I got my short off. Some of you guys may have. Maybe you ran me just a little bit. That's okay. I don't mind that as long as some of us are making money on this short. Nice little pullback so far. And again, beautiful little hit right there. And again, I did not get in this one, but that is fine and dandy. I have no problems with that, folks, as again, that's just the nature of trading. Good levels are good levels. I'm not the only one that sees these good levels out there. And again, that's important to recognize as well. Okay, next up, let's take a look at some of these other ones. How's BNB doing? BNB, interestingly enough, never confirmed above this yellow trend line, now taking a dump. If we extend this out, we are even below this trend line. Now, you will have a lot of support right down around 300 as well, but ultimately, I think you could start seeing downside to 287 on BNB. XRP, remember, it never confirmed the breakout either, right? XRP never confirmed the breakout, okay? And sure enough, where is it going right now? Look at that, starting to break down on that chart. And again, that is quite something to behold as well, as we're starting to see this downside come in across the board in crypto. So again, never confirmed, was above multiple times. Learn your confirmation signal. It is game-changing information, folks, for you in terms of making money, knowing when it's a real breakout or a fake out. Next up, let's take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink never had a great chart, but interestingly enough, it did pop today. I didn't even see this, but it popped up, it tagged this resistance, and then look, it pulled all the way back. So maybe just one little attempt to pop that thing, and again, a pullback on that front. Okay, let's see what else we have on the radar here as we continue through. And again, I'm just kind of see as the equity markets are selling off pretty heftily here in the late day. But let's go to Uniswap real quick. We can take a look at that. Uniswap, nice little downshift. First target on Uniswap, there's a little pivot low here at around $6, but then this downsloping trend line, and then you have this upsloping trend line right there. All right, so again, we are looking at that as a potential level to keep an eye on here as the markets, again, are chopping and continuing to sell in terms of risk assets to the downside. Want to see the intraday spiders, guys? I got to show you the intraday S&P because I think this really spells it out. Look at this drop. This is where we opened today with a gap up, and then look at this price action, and look at these dumps into the end of the day. Holy cow. Look at the selling pressure coming in here. This is pretty remarkable, I have to say, in terms of the pressure to the downside. These are all 10-minute candles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight down candles on the S&P 500. And again, that's a big drop. That is a big drop today from the highs. We were basically at 414.5. We're now at 406. Now actually looking to break 406 on this chart. And again, coming in very, very hot here, or hard on the overall market. Stock market closes, by the way, in about 27 minutes. So that's why you're getting a little bit of crazier action here on the charts as we head into the end of the day. All right, couple other things here as we go. And again, I'm just scanning. By the way, Coinbase, you guys want to see this? Remember on Coinbase, I don't know if I told you guys or my live trading crowd, but I told them, again, we went short this. We closed it out for 19% gain today on the short. But look at the drop today, down 15%. But again, there was euphoria here in this run-up, but Bitcoin wasn't going up. And I kept on drawing that to your attention, or again, it might have been my stock crew, that again, there was a disparity. It's called a divergence. And when you see this type of thing, when you see a divergence like this, it has to be taken significantly seriously, because again, what it tells you is that something has decoupled. And in this case, Coinbase was rushing up when Bitcoin wasn't, which didn't make any sense, which means it's going to come back in and collapse down. Coinbase got as high as $87.50. It's now at $59.15. What a drop on that. Holy cow. All right. Let's quickly go back to Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin, again, small little uptick on Bitcoin. Again, nothing to write home about here. By the way, could Coinbase bounce a little after such a big down day? Of course it could. But again, short-lived bounces. I would say that same thing for Bitcoin. As long as this topping tail's intact now, we have a level to trade against. Again, bearish now on Bitcoin across the board, unless we get above 24,250 or 300, whatever that high pivot is, then again, that would change my outlook. Aside from that, it is bearish to the downside in terms of price action. Okay, so that's where we are again, guys. Amazing price action here in the crypto markets. Big dumps across the board. I'm curious to see what tomorrow holds and then how things react over the weekend. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I will do my best to keep giving you guys the right information at the right times so we can continue to make sure that we are protected and on the right side of the market. Take care.